Hi Tom, this is my equipment and facilities assignment video. It's going to be composed of 3 pieces of equipment like you've asked for. So here we go. So the first bit of gear that I'm using is a Paramo jacket. I chose this over a conventional waterproof membrane jacket just because I thought it would last a bit longer. The weight of this is roughly 850 grams compared to a normal Gore-Tex membrane, which is roughly about 150 grams. It's got 2 arm vents for ventilation with mesh lining so you don't get too cold. It's got one here and one there. It's got a nice little compass pocket here, great for map reading stuff. Stash a few bits in here, I don't know, maybe a chocolate bar or whatnot. Then you have a really good map pocket just here, nice and big. Paramo really thought about this one for the high endurance climbers, mountaineers and stuff like that, to put maps, anything of equipment like that. The zips, 2-way zip up, and a zip like this to go up for extra ventilation. Going into the jacket, you've got a very small but handy inner pocket for, I don't know, stuffing a watch or something if everything gets a little too cold. This jacket is designed for mountaineers and stuff like that. This actual jacket isn't Gore-Tex, it's Paramo, and the Paramo company use something called Analogy waterproofing system. An Analogy waterproofing system works a little bit like an animal's fur. Take this as an animal's fur in the wind and rain. As the water beads drop in, the pressure created by the heat of the body and the pressure drives the water back up. An analogy actually means repelling water. And the way that a Paramo jacket does that is inside this, just underneath the coating, the DWR, is a very, very small thin lining of hair, and that helps to, when the water gets through the WDR, to repel it backwards. So it's almost pumping the water back out as it's been getting in. So that's the Paramo jacket. Oh, one last thing to mention, its hood hasn't got a peak, like a kind of fixed cap peak. That's just so that it goes over the helmet a lot easier. But it adjusts all the way up to the neck, as such. And you have your draw cords at the side. So here. My mistake, I used the wrong hood. So I've got this hood here, and I've got my draw cords just here. One for the shoulders and one for the top head. So that's the Paramo jacket. The next piece of equipment that I have to offer you, we'll show you moreover, is my Craghoppers Compressed Light Thermal Jacket. This is made out of 100% polyester, and pound for pound it's roughly the same, warmth ratio of down. The features of this, 2 pockets, the little hand warmer. It's a very thin jacket, it's just under 60 grams, so it's not that warm for just standing about. However, it's absolutely perfect for moving up and down and stuff just under a Paramo jacket. Paramo jacket you get very warm, something like this is perfect for going up a mountain or whatnot. It's got 1 zip, no inner pockets. It's got a reflective plastic to keep hand trapped in as best as possible. And when I can find it, has an adjustable helm, so as I can put this over just like the Paramo jacket, zips all the way up, covering my neck and part of my chin. It can compress up to a stuff sack. I haven't got the stuff sack with me, but it compresses to that much, and you can even compress it even further if you properly squeeze into it. And you can put it at the back of a bag, and it's great for your emergency gear for participants, whatnot. That's the Craghoppers jacket. It's very simple, very effective. It's called Craghoppers Compressed Light. The next bit of gear that I've got to offer, don't know why I've taken this off because it's cold, is my Osprey Escapist bag. Bought this for about 80 quid. It's a great bag for mountain biking. You can tell that it's a biking bag because that's one of these. This actual hook thing enables you to connect your bike helmet. So as you take your bike helmet off, I don't know, for a long ride or something, like backpacking or whatever, you can connect this through. It's elasticated, or go through part of the mesh, and then it will snap back in place, and that will keep the helmet nice and firm in place. For the main compartment here, it's about 30 litres in here, and on the other pockets it gives another 2 litres, so in total it's 32 litres. Carry lots and lots of stuff in here. Your zips have got the ripstop material covering over it, so it does make it a little bit harder to close the bag, but that means it's not going to damage as easily. You can see the hooks, you can get your fingers in them if you're wearing gloves. Really useful, and that's dotted all around. So I've even got a pocket here, the main pocket, and I've got like another little pocket just over here. And for this pocket over here, the one that's closest to your actual back, you can put your phone, your keys, bits of spare paperwork. See, I've already got part of Reese's assignment in there, don't tell him. I've got that in there. That's great for putting other things like snack bars and stuff. Something else we can add, you've got the mesh pockets here, great for water bottles, great for inner tubes, pump stuff. Got one exactly the same here. We've got another one at the front, so if you're just taking your gloves off and you can't be bothered to open your bag, just stuff them down here. I've got a belt in here. Moving further down from the bag, we've got these hooks again, and that helps you to access the bottom part of the bag, so lunch. Even more, we've got another bit. I've broken mine already, but we have another little part, and that's your coating, no sorry, your waterproof coating there, and that just goes over the bag and that keeps the bag waterproof. Really simple stuff. What else to mention? Oh yeah, this one's called Airscape, and what that is, it's a thin mesh lining with some padding at the back, and this is Osprey's own kind of creation of the best possible breathable part for your back. And all this does is the mesh just lies along your back, lets the sweat in, and the grooves within the bag helps disperse the sweat vapour out. It's really comfortable, it's really soft. It's on par with memory foam in a way. I don't know much about that though. This kind of Airscape is also attached to the sides here, on the side pouches, so it's comfortable around your waists. And as we're on waists, it's also got these mini pockets again, for phones, snacks, little snacks on the go, or even a little GPS if you really want to put it there. Exactly the same on here. And with the waist, you've got these buckles that, if I put the bag on, so as it's going over, all I can do is connect. And unlike a conventional strap, where you would have to keep pulling the tassels back and forth, really strenuous and annoying, just grab these little hook things that are here, pull them in, and it's already tightened. Perfect for if you've got gloves and you can't be dealing with all the hassle. Moving back to the mesh that I was on about, the Airscape, it's also found on the padding here and just underneath, just with a bit more protection so that you don't get too much friction burn along your shoulders. Really useful. And I guess the final part of this bag, a really good bag, is that you can adjust the back height. Similar with Massive Bergens, Osprey has a talent for this that I've noticed in all my Osprey bags I've got. So this part here, that's to help adjust your back. And all you do, it's Velcro. Quite hard, but you would take the Velcro off, and this gives you levels of where it would be best suited for your back. And then all you can do, compress it back down, and now you know what's best for your back and whatnot. So to summarise, we have a Paramode jacket, absolutely great for mountaineering usage, great for map reading as well, stuff like the Alps, absolutely perfect. The Compress Light by Crackhoppers, very good, cheap piece of gear, very nice and cheap. However, it's not on par with the more, say, expertise stuff. Obviously, it's kind of more cheap, based around the cheap market, with people who don't want to spend as much on synthetic layers. And the final part, the Osprey bag, fairly expensive, not too expensive. I can't remember the price now. Very good, very hard wearing, ripstop all across the bag. Other than that, absolutely fantastic. They're my 3 pieces of gear. Hopefully I did okay.